What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Modi J and we are locked in. This is Ready to Love, episode 5, Sink or Swim. Now you hear that and I'm thinking, up water. I ain't the best of a swimmer. If I get in that swimming pool or something, let me hold on to the edge. I can swim to survive. I'm not a swimmer to have fun, if that makes sense. But this week the ladies had a power. We seen last week the men had it. And we need to see where these connections are and we need to move forward because that's what we're looking for, love. But first, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. With the ladies having the power, the men gonna have to be on top of their game. Now, Corey, he's been slipping past everybody. I didn't think he would last as long. He's doing his thing though. So let's jump into it. This is Ready to Love, episode 5. We start off with the ladies going into the lounge. Now we hear from Tasia and she's saying, you know, it seems different. The guys are still playing around. People are still in limbo. No, you're the only one in limbo. Everybody else has made good connections. So don't put your problems on everybody else. Welcome to the ladies lounge. Of course, Tommy's in here and he's talking to the women. Everything good? Y'all ladies good? Well, hear me out. We're going to dive into the deep end this week. That means no more service level conversation. No more how are you doing? Oh, you have kids? What'd you do at work today? No. We need to make these connections. We need to move forward. So he's going to make it even better for the women. They're going to go to the pool and have the guys take their shirt off. Now, if this wasn't YouTube, I'd take it off and show y'all how I'm flexing. But we on YouTube, so I ain't going to do that. Everybody's showing up, and I always say the best environment is sunny weather, beautiful women, a little bit of music, some drink, some water. I ain't the best at swimming, but hey, I don't mind getting wet. I was just speaking about Corey. Now he's in here with Mumin. We seen that he changed her tire. They went out into the woods and did a little trail. He says, I'm gonna do something special for her, but I also have my eye out on Courtney. And I'm like, all right, you got your two. That's good. You know what I'm saying? You work. If one gets a connection with someone else, you still got a backup plan. And yes, it's a TV show and it's a dating competition. You need to have a backup plan. I don't want to hear, oh, he's talking to too many women, because at the end of the day, you're going to say, oh, you put all your eggs in one basket. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Sabrina and Walter over here, and Sabrina talking about she does like roses, how they start off in the bub and then over time they open up. I'm like, all right, hey, yo, I hope ain't nobody looking at this, Sabrina. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I see you. Walter, he in the game now. Cornelius and Camille, and that's Camille with a K. They're over here with each other, and you can tell that, you know, Cornelius, he's here just to be here. And she's talking about, look, we kind of match. And she's doing all this. We know she's animated. Pokes my man in the eye. I know in his head, he's like, hey, man, calm your ass down. You 42. You ain't supposed to be acting like this. I'm dating older women because I want them to act like an older woman. Oh, my gosh. But then she's talking about, are you going to behave yourself today? He's like, yeah, I'm coming full force. She's talking about, for who? Who am I here with? I know they just want to hear it for reassurance, but I'm here for you. If I'm sitting right here, I don't know, man. Camille, you got to calm down. If you want to keep Cornelius, you're going to run him away acting like this, because I already see, hey, Tommy, I ain't got no connection with her, brother. They out here, they racing across the pool. They doing push-ups against each other. What did I tell you guys? The perfect environment, the sun's out, warm weather, beautiful women, some food, some liquor. Hey, we can't go wrong. Now Courtney's going around and there's like little sticky notes on different places around the pool. And she's going around. She's telling me, hey, you seen this? You seen this? And they're like, yeah, it's over there. So she's trying to figure out who it is. And, you know, she kind of gets a hint that it might be our boy Corey. And she says she likes things like this where men go above and beyond. I'm like, man, it is creative. It ain't nothing but just writing on a sticky note. Go by the pool. Come over. I mean, it is creative. This man, Corey, he putting in that work. Tyrone asked Shiloh for her number, and they said they FaceTime and they talked on the phone. Now, they haven't, they built a connection, but they haven't really had one-on-one time. Now, when they're here, he's talking to her and he's saying, yeah, I can see Sabrina as being my, as my girl. And I'm like, oh, man, where is he going with this? But then he also says, I told her, I could see Shiloh being my wife. I'm like, look at Tyrone bouncing back in the game. Everyone thought he had a rocky start, but he was just playing the field, letting it come to him. Now, Shiloh, she's telling him she's going to continue her process because for her, she wants to be picked. Like when you choose her, that makes her feel good. So she's going to continue her process until somebody actually steps up and say, hey, I want Shiloh. One thing we know about Ready to Love and Tommy is he's going to always throw a curveball. So he brings everyone together. All right, come here, listen up. Yeah, I'm going to make this short and simple. I'm going to throw a curveball and we're going to introduce 2 new singles. First up, guess who we got? Miss Sydney comes out, 33. Now, you seen Corey, he had the 2 girls. Excuse me, who is this? We got something new out here, fellas. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm make my way over there, introduce myself. Hey, my name is Mo. And for the women, Tommy brings out Sean. I'm talking about Sean came out like, damn, this dude kind of big. It might be a little competition if we get the rumbling out here. But me, I would never be worried about any kind of competition because I know the women that I'm talking to, hey, I'm pretty much good. You know what I'm saying? But there's always that curveball that Tommy's talking about. This should be interesting. Our 2 new contestants, they're over here and they're all having a group conversation. Now, Sydney and Sean, they're kind of talking past everybody and, you know, getting to know each other a little bit more. Now the 2 in the middle, they talking about, oh, did y'all want to get to know each other? And it's like they seem like they're interested in each other. Well, you 2 are sitting here eating. These 2 just came here. What they're doing is making up for the time that they lost. Y'all been here, y'all talk to people. They don't know anybody, so they're just having a conversation. Now you hear a couple of ladies saying, oh, the new people, they didn't shake up nothing here. It's going to really test our connections, you know, because Sydney is attractive. I put her in the top 3 once she stepped on the show, but that's just my personal opinion. Now, Frank and Sydney, they have mutual friends and they're in the same type of environment, same type of scene. And she's saying, I heard about you. He says, is it good? She's like, yeah. So Frank, he said, man, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to kind of get attached to her. Now, whatever connections Frank had, if they want to stay with Frank, they're probably going to have to step it up because that new thing is lighting up his eye. Tyrone goes over and talks to Sabrina. Now, we know they have a connection. He said that he could see Sabrina as being his girl. He also tells her, yeah, I could see Shiloh being my wife. So at least he's making it clear what he really wants. I mean, he hasn't told Sabrina that there's nothing between them 2. And he doesn't really have to because he's letting her know, hey, you know, we cool, but I could see Shiloh as being my wife. Now, I agree totally with what Sabrina is saying. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But the hard thing is, and the reality, when a man makes his mind up on a woman, it's hard as heck to tell them, hey, bro, chill, man. Like, let it play out a little bit. But Tyrone, he has his mind made up, and Sabrina's trying to let him know, hey, I'm still interested in you. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush into something if you're not ready for it because you don't know where they're at. So I see both of their sides. I kind of agree more with Sabrina though. Like, yeah, Tyrone, you can't do that, man, because don't do it. This man, Corey, man, let me tell you, he's on top of it. Now he's talking to Moo Ming and he's asking her about her hot dog and how she likes it made. Whole time, Courtney is watching. This man is playing the game the way the game should be played. I'm telling you, brothers, watch Corey. Some of the stuff he's doing, I don't agree with, but overall, he's playing the game how it needs to be played. Now, he has her laughing. And when she answers a question like either, nah, you got to have one of them. You got to, you know what I'm saying, focus it on one answer. Also, like I said, Courtney is watching. So Courtney sees that he's having a good time. Her conversation over here in the pool is not going like that. We already seen that. She says no one makes her smile as much as Corey does. Now he's taking the comedic route, making a laugh. Man, I tell you, this man Corey is playing the game how it should be played. Back in my younger days, that was me all the way. Now I'm older, I'm a little more laid back. Here's the huge difference between Corey and Cornelius. Now, Cornelius is talking to Sydney. We know Camille is super attached to him and he likes her, but he doesn't like all the antics and things that she's doing. So he says he's playing it cool because he knows Camille is watching and he doesn't want to hear her mouth or have her do anything that could potentially come and ruin whatever him and Sydney have. See, Corey, on the other hand, he's more, you know what I'm saying? He's more open with it. He's willing to talk to different women. That's only because none of the women are attached to him as much as Camille is. Camille has no connection with anybody else. So she's looking at Cornelius and he's just trying to play it cool, hands on his lap because he doesn't want to be over here like this. Because Camille's going to easily come over and put her hands on him. Boo, what y'all talking about? And he's like, man, I ain't your damn boo. Camille, you got to chill so this man can talk to somebody. She talking about, I seen my boyfriend talking to someone else and I wasn't pleased. Hey, man, what are you, 16? It says you are 42 years old. This dude is not your man. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Fellas, y'all gonna have to get rid of her to save Cornelius, because this is getting borderline stalkish. I'm talking about it's just like old girl from last season. I forgot her name. Short hair. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. At this point, if I'm Cornelius and Camille is talking to me, talking about I'm a country bumpkin and I'm stupid and I'm not realizing these girls in my face, I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too, I would have told her, listen, with all due respect, you're disrespecting me right now. I don't want anything to do with you. First of all, you're not my cake. Second of all, we ain't doing nothing to even be serious, and I never committed myself to you. So for you to be acting like I'm your husband or your boyfriend or something is actually disrespectful to me. So it was nice to meet you, Camille. I'm done talking to her, because I'm not about to deal with this, especially by no 42-year-old woman. This is just ridiculous. Hey, Cornelius, she talking about you a F student right now. I'm not gonna put up with this. Dawg, you better than me, man. I promise you I wouldn't deal with her no more after this. I'm telling Tommy, like, on some real stuff, this lady needs help. Mental help. She has something going on in her head, Tommy, and I don't feel safe on this show with her around. Because if she's tripping out like this, they ain't did nothing. They done went on a couple dates, like double dates. She over here, oh, you're failing these tests. Woman, we ain't that close. And Cornelius, he's a nice guy, so he's not trying to do that. But no. You got to stand up for yourself and remove yourself from this situation, because this ain't good. You can't even enjoy yourself and get to know people because she's over here. Oh, who you talking to? Nah. Look at Camille coming down the stairs with Frank, hand behind his back, hand on her back. Now, y'all know me. I'm always laid back. I don't really go in on nobody. But Camille, at this point, it's something really wrong with her mental. She talking about cake and eat it too. What is this? What is this? You over here crying because he just talking to a girl that just came on the show, but you walking down the stairs holding on to a guy. Man, I'm done. I ain't saying nothing else about this lady unless she pops back up with some more nonsense. But I know y'all agree with me. Y'all know how I am. I'm cool. I don't care what no one does, but this is really getting up under my skin here. Aisha's over here talking to the new guy. We know Frank said this is one of his top connections. And you hear him say, you know, I don't like to compete over my girl. Hey, man, it's part of the game, brother. You live in D.C. You should know any woman you talking to at least got like 2 or 3 guys. Because when I used to be out in D.C., even now, you know what I'm saying? I got a few on Instagram that I hit up. But, hey, it's part of the game. Until you lock it down, hey, especially in this kind of environment, it's all competition. Sean and Aisha, they really hitting it off. Now, she has kids and she does like older men. We seen what happened with her and Carrington. It didn't really play out how she wanted, just because he's a younger man, and most younger men, we don't want to go into a pre-made family anyway. Now, Sean, he's listening to it and he's enjoying it. And he's talking about when she smiles, talking about being a wife and, you know what I'm saying, being the mother of her kids. That's what she has passion about. Now, she does mention a little bit about her marriage and saying she doesn't feel like the marriage didn't work. It's just that's where the journey ended. So Sean's hearing this, and hey, that's what she wanted. She just wanted someone that's going to listen to her, especially an older gentleman would probably be more suitable for her. Corey and Courtney, they're over here, and he's basically professing his love. You know, I really care about you. You're a nice person, someone special to me. And of course, she likes laughing with him. No one makes her laugh like he does. She also mentioned the notes. That was, hey, going above and beyond for her. That makes her really be, you know what I'm saying, really feel special. And she likes that when a man does it. Now, same time, Mumin, she's looking at it and she's saying, Corey, he kind of moves funny, because in the pool, he was talking to her. But we know Corey's game plan. He said he likes Courtney the most. Mumin is like, you know what I'm saying, just in case it doesn't work out over here, I can go over here. He's playing the game to win. It's time to dance. We got that drink going. I told y'all, drink, music, and beautiful women. That's my kind of night. They all out here getting it. I've been making my way over to Shiloh. Okay. Sydney. Okay. Sabrina. Okay. Zadia. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I've been making my way around the whole party. And did I mention Courtney? Now, I told y'all earlier about Corey. He's playing the game to win. Some of the things I don't agree with, and let me tell you why, because I knew something silly like this would happen. Now, Mumin, that's his second option. Now, to see his hating self was like, you know, girl, Corey was writing Courtney notes. So now she's thinking, well, I ain't getting no notes. So when she comes to confront Corey, he's backed into a corner now. And he shouldn't have done those notes, because going above and beyond, unless you're prepared for that, is going to do nothing but backfire on you. Now you got the other girl that you're interested in wondering why I didn't get that. That's why you don't do nothing but just joke around with him, because, hey, we were just having a conversation. Now she's asking for the question and he's stuttering, trying to say, did you see me do that? Because why is everybody focused on me? Well, one, we know Tasia, she ain't got no connections with nobody. So, of course, she's just watching and she's going to tell whoever she can what she see. But you can't do silly things like this. It's going to get you caught up. So now he's stuck in this. I got to go above the notes that I did for Courtney for Mooming. And he's talking about, I would like to know if we're going to take our relationship to the next level. See, fellas, what Corey did, it was a good act, but you can't do it in this type of environment, because it's not going to do anything for you, especially when you have two women that you're attracted to in the same spot. They're going to see everything you're doing. And Mooming, she's calling them out on it. She's supposed to. Now, there's no way he's going to be able to talk his way out of this one. I'm just sorry. It's just part of the game. Even I would get caught up in this, but I would never be in this situation, because just because women think it's hopeless romantic, it's seen it on TV, he left me love notes. It may seem cool, it ain't cool, because you're going to be looking like a fool. Now, she has every right to say it's confusing to her. He does kind of call her out, though, and she, deflects on it. He said, well, what's the difference if I did write notes? What's the difference if you got Walter's arm around you? She talking about it ain't the same. We talking about you. So, I mean, she's right, because he really did mess up with that, going above and beyond for one, but not doing it for the other. Hey, we're going to see how it plays out, though. But fellas, just hit me up if you want some tips, because that did seem cool, but you can't do it in this kind of environment. We got us another little double date. And of course, Cornelius is there, Camille's there, and Sydney's there. And when Sydney comes in, she comes over and she hugs Cornelius. Now, what I think Sydney is doing is she's heard that Camille likes Cornelius. So what she's doing is getting up under her skin. Women do this from time to time. And of course, she's over there jealous and looking at it. Hey, it is what it is. You better get on your game, because these younger women, they playing to win. Now, Dante, we haven't heard much from him, but he's out here. He's with Sydney. He's taking pictures of her. He's like, ooh, wee. Sheesh. I got to get to know her a little bit. Now, she's from Jersey. He's from Chicago. And Sydney, she's saying, I like him. He's spiritual. Dante has always seemed laid back to me. And that, that's the type of brothers I hang out with. My older brother, real laid back. Don't do too much talking. When we go out, I pretty much do the talking. Like whoever we interact with, like, nah, we good. But Dante, he's over here, and you can tell he got that serious face on. So he wants to peel back some layers and get to know her a little more. Cornelius is talking about he's hungover. Camille, she mentions that they don't really have a communication problem, but they haven't talked, about the situation that happened last night. Now, Cornelius, he said he's hungover from last night, so he ain't really doing too much talking. He's already kind of reserved, but he's sitting there, and I know he's like, man, I hope she don't do nothing. My head is throbbing. She got his hat on. I'm like, come on, take that hat off. Give this man back his hat. But she actually apologizes, and I respect her for that. But we seen who she really was last night. And I still would have been like, I thank you for that apology and everything. I just don't see this going any further. Now, I would say it after the eliminations just to make sure that I'm good. But yeah, I'm cutting this off. I just can't. I can't deal with somebody when I seen who they really were. And they didn't even have that much drink. This was during the daytime she was acting like that. So yeah, I'd pass. But after the eliminations, I'm trying to win. See, Cornelius, and he uses the word stifled. He is stifled that he can't go talk to the other women and get to know them, because she's kind of holding him back with the way she's acting. Like, we here to mix and mingle. So at least I know that he's aware of what's going on. I thought he was just a pushover, but nah, my boy, he understands what's going on. He just wants to enjoy he wants to enjoy the festivities like everybody else. Sean really putting in that work. He's been paying attention to Aisha. Now, let me tell you, he came over. She's asking him, oh, what's my zodiac sign? Now, I'm not good with zodiac signs. I know I'm a Leo, and I know Virgo comes after me, like that's what my mom, brother, and dad are. Other than that, I don't know none of the signs or the months. But he remembers she's a Gemini. So for her, she's like, oh, that's good. It's been a while since somebody actually paid attention to her. She starts to ask him, okay, you're 44, you haven't been married. Now, I was 23, 24, and I had kids. So while everybody else was pop locking, dropping, I didn't get that. But now it's my turn. No, it's not your turn. You're still a mother. Like, come on now. It's no pop locking, dropping at this age. Ladies, just be women. We don't have to do all the pop locking, dropping. Now, she's basically saying she doesn't want to have any more kids. She talking about my kids are almost out going to college. I'm trying to be flued out. Man, it ain't no more hot girl summers. You a mom, and whoever you're going to be with after this, you supposed to be married with them, and it ain't getting flued out. Y'all should be taking trips together. Sean, on the other hand, he's like, I do think I want kids. So that right there might be what they call it, a red flag. Now, I'm glad she actually asked this question because a lot of women with kids, they don't. And what she wants to see is she has 2 kids. Is that, I won't say acceptable, but is that something that he would be into? Would that make him happy? Would that be able to fulfill what he wants for the rest of his life, even if she doesn't want any kids? Now, me personally, 36 years old, no kids. I get up in the morning. I ain't got to worry about nobody but me. And I don't think I would date a woman with kids. I don't think I could marry a woman with kids just because for the simple fact, when I get married, if I get married again, whoever I marry will be the woman to have my first child. And hey, our family will be our family. I just can't do a pre-made family. But it's that time. Ladies lounge. We need to get to the bottom of this. Ladies, did the pool party set it off right? Did it get hot in there? Was it just me? Nah, I'm just playing. But Tommy wants to know, ladies, who are we feeling? Who aren't we feeling? Because we have eliminations tonight. Now they're going around the table. Sydney's talking about, the connection with Frank. Perfect. But then it gets to Courtney and she talking about, yeah, I'm good with Corey. He said, I'm his number one since day one. Muming is like, wait a minute. He told me I was his number one. Now, Corey, we done been in this situation already. You got into this in episode 1. So I don't know how this is going to play out for you, brother, because the ladies might be looking at this like, That's why you got to play it cool on the week that the women had the power. Now, Muming, she's talking about, he told us on the date he wants me to meet his mother and father, and she takes that serious. Well, my parents are laid back, and I understand where they're coming from. Meeting parents is it's a big deal. Now, my dad, he gonna talk shit with you. My mom, she cool. So I'm like, hey, mom, this is my friend here. No big deal. I mean, there are certain environments, like if we're going to a graduation or a family event and I bring somebody, then that's special. But just in general, nah, it doesn't mean anything if you meet my parents. It's just, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Mo. We got the same thing with Tyrone, with Shiloh and Sabrina. Now he told Shiloh, I make you my wife. Sabrina, I make you my girlfriend. So Sabrina over there sipping her champagne like, that ain't what Tyrone told me. So it's getting ugly for my boys out here. The first gentleman on the chopping block this week is, of course, our boy Tyrone. I salute to your brother, military brother in arms. But you out here on this chopping block, you got to be careful with your words, especially when you got 2 women that are interested in you and they got the power. And the second is Corey. Well, we kind of figured this out. Same thing. When you got 2 women after, you got to play it cool. You can't be doing all the extra and then lying about something and then telling one another, because you got to keep these stories straight. So we're going to see who makes it through the night. Unfortunately, Shiloh tells Tyrone they don't feel that he's ready to love. And Tyrone, he speaks his piece and he's saying if it wasn't for Shiloh, he thinks he would have probably been undecided at the, at the end of the day. So she's kind of tearing up because there was a bond there. Now, you still have her number. Still hit her up, outside the show. Hey, we did what we had to do on TV, but we can start fresh. Well, tonight they sent it home 2 people, and Corey, you guys to go. You could tell Courtney was feeling them because she said, I would go to bat for somebody, if they were doing what they supposed to do, but I'm not feeling this. And she walks off. He even says, I knew I wasn't ready for love. She's like, you are not ready to love. He said, I know. But you see him start killing that champagne. Like, I'm going to get my drink on before I leave. But it's just simple, small mistakes like that going above and beyond. If you would have just, hey, Courtney, joke with her. Muming, joke with her. You would have still been here and they wouldn't have got rid of you because there was other people that could have left. But it is what it is. There you go, episode 5 of Sink or Swim. Let me know, do you think that these two were the perfect two to get eliminated this week? Corey and Mr. Tyrone. Salute out to Tyrone. We follow each other on Instagram. Good man. Make sure y'all follow him. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.